Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the official Alexander Kelly YouTube channel. It is I, Alexander Kelly, and today, as you see from the title, I will be live reacting. Does that make sense? No. Let's switch those words around. I will be reacting live to my backyard wrestling debut. Okay? This was the match where I came in as the final participant for. Hang on, let me adjust that a little bit. Well, I came in as the final participant for the gauntlet match, and the stipulation was whoever won the gauntlet match would face the Destroyer at WEF Showdown for the Intercontinental Championship. Well, I came in as the final participant, and today I'm going to be reacting live to my backyard wrestling debut match. So let me pull that up here. Share screen. All right. So as you can see, I've got that pulled up here. I don't have the full match uploaded because that match I think was like a minute, maybe less than a minute long. So as you can see, this is when me, Alexander Souls, fought the Destroyer at WEF Airborne 2, which, if I had to guess, WEF Airborne 2 probably got taken down for copyright reasons. Because if you go to the WEF YouTube channel, the Airborne show is no longer uploaded. So, sadly, the only footage that I have of my first match is actually uploaded on the Real Undisputed Wrestling YouTube channel, and it's what I'm about to watch right now. This was uploaded. WEF Airborne 2, the show with my very first match on it, was uploaded October 27th, 2021. This actual recording, though, took place like in September or something. So, despite the fact that I went to WEF and I did my first match, what the hell does that mean? High CPU usage detected? The hell? But despite the fact that I went to WEF in September, did my first match, actually recorded my second match on the next day, which was the match that I had with Demolition. That was recorded on the same day. Despite the fact that we did all of that in September, it didn't take till like a month before my first match was actually uploaded. And that's because they wanted to hype it up. Because before October 27th of 2021, watching like the Strikeout episodes and like a few other shows before that, they were hyping me up through like promo packages. Like they would edit little stuff together with my logo and my entrance music, and they'd be like, "Oh, Alexander Souls is coming to WEF." So that I thought was really cool. The way they were hyping me up, like I was a big deal, and at the time I was, because I was RUW World Heavyweight Champion then, which I mean I still am now, but I was champion in my first reign. And the RUW World Heavyweight Champion was stepping foot into WEF, so that was kind of a big deal. So, enough rambling. Let's react to my debut match, Alexander Souls versus Destroyer, the Gauntlet match at WEF Airborne 2, which aired October 27th, 2021. I will also give you some behind-the-scenes insight as to what happened that day.
But wait a minute.
Which we gotta get.
Oh no. You've heard about him on the Instagram. Here's the revolution. Alexander Souls. He's here.
Okay, so I think I've said this in like podcast episodes and stuff, but like here, I'm going to go back just a little bit.
You've heard about him on the Instagram.
I want you to watch how I react.
Here's the revolution. Alexander.
The way I react, that excitement was genuine. Like that was me waiting behind the curtain, waiting for my entrance music to hit. And when it did, all that adrenaline starting to build up, because if anyone has ever known me for the longest time, I love wrestling. Okay. I love watching wrestling. I love being a part of wrestling, whether it's in the ring like it is here, or whether it's behind the scenes, like helping another company with their product, trying to come up with ideas to make it better and get the fans invested. I just love being in that industry. I love wrestling, whether it's a viewer or actually a part of it. I love it. So, like that adrenaline was building up, like when the first few seconds of my entrance music hit. And then when it was time for me to go out through the curtain, all that adrenaline came out, and that was that reaction that you saw. Like that reaction was genuine because I was finally doing something that I've always wanted to do, and that's step into the ring and wrestle. However, before this first match, and this was a mistake on their part, we didn't know training. Nothing at all. They had figured that before that, I already had some experience in backyard wrestling. I did not. I had never been in a backyard wrestling company aside from the one I own, Real Undisputed Wrestling, before this. And that, at the time, was not as an active in-ring competitor. It was as the owner of the company. So I had never been in the ring. I've never actually wrestled. So they did not do any training that day because they had already figured and assumed I had training when I didn't. So you will see that with the first lockup of the match. But yes, this reaction where I came out through the curtain, complete genuine. All that adrenaline came out, and it was just, to me, it was a big deal. And I know it's just like a small backyard wrestling company that's not really that popular when you compare it to other backyard wrestling companies like Tennessee Backyard Wrestling, GTS Wrestling even. Like, it's just like a small company. But like me, to me, no matter how big or how small it is, me just putting my name out there, getting people to tune in, see what I'm capable of in the ring, like that's a big deal to me. So this was a big deal to me. But now we're actually going to watch this debut match.
Alexander Souls! He's here! He's fucking here! And he's facing Destroyer. This is the last opponent.
That was the very first time I had ever stepped foot into a ring, like in general. Any ring. That was the first time. Even on that day, I didn't step foot into the ring before we did the shows. I had stepped foot in the ring the first time, that time, and I didn't step foot into the ring again until after we had done this match. So you see me right here, my tall and slender self. See Destroyer over here. Destroyer is younger than me. I'm 18 right now. I'm about to be 19 in like a little over 3 months. If I had to say right now, Destroyer is probably like 15, 16 if I had to guess. But yeah, I think he's that age. He's younger than me. But the talent that this kid has, he's got a lot of talent. So whoever trained him, which I believe it was Chris Nitro, trained him really good because he has a lot of talent. He has moves that I can't do, and that's probably because of my size. But yeah, he's really talented. Someone that I would love to, step into the ring with again. That is, if he still wants to do the wrestling thing, maybe if we can get RUW up and running again at some point in the future, and he wants to be a part of it, we can see that again. So, yeah, I really love scrapping it up with him, getting in the ring. Did 2 matches with him, and I'd say both of them went pretty okay. This was the first one.
In this match, I was told,
"Oh shoot, I'm back."
Yeah, you came back just in time.
I fell asleep.
We're about ready to watch Alexander Souls.
When the ref here, this is Big Z, when he said fight and me and him started circling, that's when the nervousness set in because I'm like, we didn't train. We didn't do anything. Do I really know how to do this? And, well, you're about to find out.
And the Red Kingdom go at it. And now they lock up.
So this is when I did a lockup, and I know this quality is not good, but you can see my left hand here. Left hand during a lockup. Now, this was before I properly knew how to do a lockup. Left hand, I had correct. When you do a lockup, left hand goes behind the neck. However, sorry, that was my phone. Left hand goes behind the neck. Right hand, however, goes right here on your arm, like where the elbow is, where the bend is, or like even somewhere on the forearm. Your right arm goes there. I didn't know that. I thought both arms went behind the neck. I thought that's how you did a lockup. I was wrong.
It looks like Alexander got the upper hand right here, and it's just back and forth fighting right here, knee to knee. They both know exactly what they're going for.
I loved that back and forth sequence that he and I did, where we was like kicking and kneeing each other, and then eventually I got the upper hand.
Here, a big kick to the gut from Alexander. Running knee.
Yeah.
Go for another
now
one.
these running knees.
He landed it.
I think
Those
he is
running knees. I was told after the match by Lumberjack that next time, aim a little bit higher, like up where the jaw is. But the thing is, when I did those running knees, it wasn't actually my intention to hit him in the face. I actually wanted to hit him in the chest. So I think those running knees looked pretty good. I mean, if other people disagree, completely fine. If you want me to aim for the jaw next time, I'll be sure to do that too. It might actually look more brutal now that I think about it. So I'll do that. He's down, okay? Now, when we get to the spot, I'll tell you what I actually had planned in my head.
And I think he just kicked him in his damn pancreas because it dropped him like a fly.
Okay. I went for the cover, okay? Hang on. I'm going to go back just a little bit just so I can point something out to you, okay?
Exactly what they're going for here. Big kick to the gut from Alexander. Running knee.
Yeah.
Go for another one. Yes, he landed it.
I think he is in
I
the
did
He
those
just
knees,
kicked him
and
in
he's
his
on the
damn
ground,
pancreas
okay?
because it dropped him like
Now,
a fly.
I pin him. He moves his hand, okay? All he did was move it. But Big Z, the ref, calls for a rope break. Look, the rope is here, okay? The rope is here. His hand is here. That's nowhere near the ropes. Now, I can kind of tell, like, from where he is, he probably thinks that's near the ropes. It's nowhere near the ropes, bud. Count the pin. But yeah, he said rope break, and he told me to yeah, all he said was rope break. And, as a wrestler, rope break means, damn it, they made it to the ropes. I got to let go. So that's what that was.
Yeah.
That's a big revolution.
Armor. You already
They're going to the
rushed it
armor.
anyway.
He wouldn't dare do
Oh,
Big Z.
so what's he going for?
Okay, so this final spot / move of the match, what I wanted to do was I wanted to hit the suplex, pin him, he would kick out at 2, then I would lock in the sleeper hold, which was my finisher at the time, and he would tap out to that. Watch what happens.
Is he going for his suplex? It's over. 1, 2, 3.
How did the
He didn't kick out. Which, I mean, I was cool with it because I was like, hey, at least I won the match like I was supposed to. However, I wanted to, do my finisher in my first match. And it's a shame I never really got to do that. I beat him off a suplex, which does kind of make me look strong and him look weak. However, making my opponent look weak is not my intention. I always try to make them look as good as possible. So I think, and part of me also thinks that, and this is completely understandable. I'm not mad at his opinion if this was his opinion, but I think another reason he stayed down after I hit the suplex is because he knew he was in there with someone who didn't really have that much backyard wrestling experience, and he was probably afraid of getting hurt, even though I would have kept him as safe as possible. But, you know, he didn't know that because, like I said, I was inexperienced. So he probably stayed down. So he was like, okay, we get this match over with, so I don't get hurt and he doesn't get hurt. Which I completely understand that, because I was inexperienced at the time and this was my first match, and they did not train me prior. And like I said, that was their fault. But yeah, that was my first match.
Destroyer lose to a suplex and him have a championship.
Man, oh man, let me just tell you how it goes.
Big C's looking at him awful crispy. He's looking for spaghetti noodles tonight.
We'll be seeing Alexander Souls face the Destroyer one-on-one at WEF Showdown for the Intercontinental Championship. The RUW World Heavyweight Champion versus the WEF Intercontinental Champion. Now that's something to see right there. But I'm Jerry. What? Your damn name.
Oh, Cole.
We'll see you on Strikeout.
Woo!
Okay, so that was my first match, okay? What you're about to see up next was my first ever post-match promo. However, reflecting on the match, that was my first match. And, you know, from the average viewer, from the average fan, you know, it's really nothing special, nothing too memorable happened in that match other than Destroyer lost. Excuse me. Other than Destroyer losing to a suplex. You know, that was really the only big thing I can really remember from that match. Like, to the average viewer, I'd say that was the only big thing that really came out of that match. But to me, that was special. Because that was my first match. I was getting in there. I was doing something that I've always wanted to do since I was 7 years old. Me being 16 at that time, it was a pretty big deal to me. Like I said, nothing too special came out of that match. Maybe next time I'll do a live reaction to the Intercontinental Championship match that I had with him. That was a good match. I love that match. Undoubtedly my favorite match in my entire backyard wrestling career up to this point. But yeah, that was my first match, and here we're about to watch my very first post-match promo.
You see that? Destroyer got his ass whooped. And at Showdown, that's exactly what I'm going to do. But my path has just started. Now that I'm in WEF, there's not a damn thing anyone can do about it. No one can stop me. Destroyer, I'm coming for that title. And you will see exactly why I am the Revolution.
Right. So that was my first ever post-match promo, okay? And, you know, that'll just about do it for that. Oh, I've got comments. I've got people watching. So Parker Teague asked, what's going on? Nothing much is going on. I just got done reacting live to my backyard wrestling debut match. What's Destroyer doing now? Unfortunately, not much of anything, because it seemed like once WEF shut down, that was kind of the end for everyone who ever participated in WEF. The last time I talked to Destroyer, he said that he would like to do the wrestling thing again. However, the thing is, the owner of WEF, Chris Nitro, has unfortunately decided that he will not bring it back. So we just kind of have to live with that. Maybe RUW can get up and running in the future, and maybe Destroyer and I can, you know, run something up or something. Here comes the best WEF commentary line. Which one is that? Because there's a lot. We have the other one, the one by JT. There's 2 sticks now. I shrunk you one in the beginning. There's that one. I think is good. His shoulder was up, I think. No, I just think it's where he moved his right hand. The ref, Big Z, probably thought that his hand was near the rope. Because the thing is, I know you couldn't hear it watching that match, but obviously I heard it because I was in the damn ring. He said rope break. and his hand was nowhere near the ropes. It wasn't necessarily the fact that his shoulder was up. It was more so the fact that the referee thought that his hand was underneath the ropes, even though it wasn't. Why did Airborne 2 get taken down? I had mentioned that earlier at the start. I believe, okay, now don't quote me on this, but I believe WEF, Airborne 2 got taken down due to copyright. Don't quote me on that, though, because if you notice, it had stayed up for a little bit and had only gotten taken down, I believe, like last year or late 2022. So it was actually up for a little bit. It could have gotten taken down for copyright, but I'm not 100% sure. Oh, this is the best commentary line that you're talking about. I think he kicked him in his damn pancreas because it dropped him like a fly. Yeah, that was one of the better. Who is texting? Hang on just a second. Okay, anyway. Yeah, I think that was one of the better commentary lines. Anyway, how are you doing, Parker? You doing pretty good? If I had to reflect on my backyard wrestling career up to this point, because obviously I still want to do it again, you know, get RUW up and running, do something else with my backyard wrestling career. Maybe go to TBW if they ever want me at any point in the future. Maybe go there when I get transportation. I'm able to go places. Yeah, you know, hopefully we can do something with that. So, yeah, doing pretty good. Hey, that's good, man. That's good. Always good to know that my fans, my peers, people who support me are out there doing well, as am I. I am doing pretty good myself. So, yeah, there's that. But yeah, as I was saying, if I had to reflect on my backyard wrestling career, I'd say up to this point, it went pretty good. You know, there were some matches that I wasn't necessarily a fan of. There were other matches that I really, really liked. Sometimes I reflect back on matches that I've had, and I'm like, that match could have been a lot better. We could have done a lot more with that match. My debut match, I believe, could have been a lot better had they actually trained me before I stepped into the ring and not after. You know, that match could have been a little bit better. Short, but I think it was okay. Like I said, something that meant a lot to me. You know, it was special finally stepping into that ring and doing something that I've always wanted to do since I was 7 years old. It meant a lot to me. So, yeah. Like I said, there's a lot more that I want to do in my backyard wrestling career. You know, if I ever get RUW up and running again, I've got a lot of plans that I want each and every viewer to tune in for. So, yeah. So far, I'm enjoying my championship reign. I've had a lot of people ask me, when is viewer discretion advised? Because I teased it on Instagram, teased it on YouTube, on the RUW YouTube channel in my latest promo. I said that viewer discretion advised was coming soon. So it is going to happen, okay? When is it happening? Don't know, because I have to go record the match. However, the other guy that I'm doing it with, he's got to get different stuff for his attire and stuff. Got to get face paint and this and that. So I'm going to let him get all that. I'm going to let him get all that, and then we can do the viewer discretion advised match. It will be a championship match. It will be for the title. Okay, we got another comment. Now, the match was a good debut match, but I will never know why it's a number one contenders match for Destroyer's title, yet Destroyer was in the match. Because they had actually made the stipulation where if Destroyer were to win, if Destroyer were to win, he would pick his opponent at Showdown. So that is why he was in the match. Is it going to be an actual match? Okay, now what do you mean by that? Like, what do you mean by an actual match? Because yes, it is going to be. Oh wait, are you talking about like the? Ow, I need my hairbrush. Are you talking about like the shit I do with the 2K stuff? Like, are you asking if it's going to be an actual match or a game match? Like, what do you mean by actual match? Like in person? Yes. It will be a real physical match between he and I. So, yes, it will be a real match. It will be for the actual RUW World Heavyweight Championship. I will put my title up on the line after 60 days of being the world champion in my third reign. I've decided I'm putting my title up for grabs, and I have an opponent. He just has to get stuff for his attire and this and that, and I'm gonna train him, and then we're gonna do the match. Yes, it will be an in-person match. It will be a real match. It is taking place in a backyard, no ring, just solid ground. He and I are gonna go at it for the title. It will be a real match, and it will be my first real match in over 2 years. So, yeah, there's that. But yes, it will be a real match, if that answers your question. Put on a show. We intend to. The way I'm training him, I am starting it slow, and then we progress. We've already practiced some stuff that we want to do for the match. We already practiced how we want the match to end, too. Like, we've already come up with a sequence of how the match will end. So I think it'll be a good match. We've already practiced some stuff that we want to do. He's already told me moves that he wants to learn. So certainly, this match will be a banger. And I am a man of my word. So yes, a show will certainly be put on. Any other questions, thoughts, or comments before I wrap this up? I'm good. You ain't got nothing? All right. Well, thanks for reacting, or not reacting, but thanks for watching my reactions to my Backyard Wrestling debut match. And if anyone catches this after it has already aired live, thank you for tuning in, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Like I said, with the next live stream, I might react to my Intercontinental Championship match with Destroyer. because that was my most favorite match in my backyard wrestling career. I've got a lot of stories on that match. So if you want me to react to that, I don't know, leave a like. And I will catch y'all in the next one. Deuces.